and pay almost $5 or $10 for one of these. But there might be another solution besides just skipping breakfast. Georgia Southern senior Carson Patel generates 3 of these every day for free out of his backyard chicken coop in Burkhalter Plantation.
This is the second year. They'll be firing up the grill for the cause.
I'll be there in a minute. Hang on.
Some visitors are very delighted to see these tags. Still to come on Eagle News, 2 fraternities at Georgia Southern came together for a great cause.
And a graduate.
Inflation has made everything expensive, but especially cartons of eggs. This is all thanks to the deadliest bird flu that's ever hit U.S. chicken farms.
They've been hard to come by recently, especially the last 6 months or so.
Michael Gay, the store manager of Food Fresh in Claxton, says we'll be able to see the new inflated price of eggs sometime after Easter.
For the last 6 weeks, prices have really started to come down.
He says the new normal price is going to look a little different from years past. This is because pretty much all groceries have gone up for inflation. Butter, flour, bread, milk, all have new inflated prices about 20% higher than they were a year ago. The price of eggs over the past year has almost doubled. Shoppers can come to the stores and pay almost $5 or $10 for one of these. But there might be another solution besides just skipping breakfast. Georgia Southern senior Carson Patel generates 3 of these every day for free out of his backyard chicken coop in Burkhalter Plantation. Now, he's just like thousands of others with raise-at-home chickens, saving money every single trip to the grocery store.
I rarely buy eggs at the grocery store. I haven't bought a dozen eggs since probably last summer, I would guess.
Patel and his roommate started with 4 chickens, about $20 each, a free scrap metal chicken coop, and a $15 bag of feed. Patel doesn't even know how much eggs are selling for these days.
Come on, it's supper time, come on.
He says he enjoys the eggs from his yard more anyways.
The biggest challenge is just keeping the chickens alive with all the predators running around. It's hard to have free-range chickens and keep them around for a long time, long enough to actually start laying consistently.
With graduation approaching, they'll be done with the chicks soon. For now, they just enjoy their farmhouse-like life.
I just come out here some mornings, just drink my coffee and let the chickens out, and just seeing them run around, you know, it just brings some peacefulness to my life, I guess.
The Eagle Outfitters Closet is helping student teachers dress for success by providing a walk-in closet that's free to shop through.
The clothes make a difference with our teacher candidates as far as being able to look professional and one step above.
Since opening up the closet in February, they've served over 150 students, setting them up with dresses, slacks, shoes, or anything else they might need.
Principals and the other admin and other faculty are already looking at them and saying, oh, they're ready. They are teacher ready.
After finding an abandoned storage closet in the education building a few months ago, they saw some untapped potential. With Georgia Southern Carpentry's help, they transformed the room. Tanya tells me it's a big community effort that goes into furnishing this closet. There's some boutiques in the area that have given some clothes, and some visitors are very delighted to see these tags, meaning new clothes for them to wear to their jobs. Fitting students with professional clothing goes way beyond looks. Tanya Cooper, one of the organizers, said these styles can improve work performance, boost self-esteem, and increase the number of interested employers.
When you put them on and when you put your badge on, it makes you feel like this is real, like I'm actually Miss Kirkland to all these kids.
The closet is packed with a lot of donations made by teachers and opens from 1 to 3 every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. Statesboro loves their football.
Can I get 300? 1,000 right there. I got 1,000
and
right there.
Coming together for a good cause. What's for sale? A football signed by Coach Helton and the chance to spend game day with him and the team at the Alabama or Marshall game.
I bleed blue. I have since I moved here in 1989. We're big supporters of Georgia Southern football and athletics. Butts and Brews Barbecue is a proud sponsor of Georgia Southern Athletics, and you can just kind of go around and see some of the memorabilia here. Got some pretty cool stuff.
Since opening up his barbecue joint this spring, owner Bubba Hunt feeds the Eagles' offensive line every Thursday night, lovingly nicknaming them the Hogs.
He allows us to support him and have events and opportunities like this, and he supports us with just feeding us, so it's great.
The proceeds from the auction and a percentage of sales go towards Statesboro's Dancing with the Stars, which benefits Safe Haven, a domestic violence support house here. Helton's football package and another football signed by the offensive line brought in $1,700 for the cause. Superfan Ray Driggers won both items.
Statesboro's it's a small town, but they love their football and they love Georgia Southern, and events like this and people coming up and just appreciating what we're doing, it's nice to see just being outside the game.
Coming up on Eagle News, Georgia universities are losing funds after a new USG decision. Plus, getting fit with the president, the new event on campus, and Volunteer Month will show you all the ways people are lending their helping hands. That and more, starting now.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us. I'm Jamari Davis. It's Thursday, April 13th.
And I'm John Calvin Shaw with Eagle News, live from Sanford Hall at Georgia Southern University.
The COVID-19 pandemic may just be a distant memory for some, but even 3 years later, the impacts can still be felt.
That's right, Jamari. For our universities here in Georgia, the pandemic has put pressure on funding. Our reporter Morgan Boone has more on the story. Morgan?
Yes, John, pressure is just the tip of the iceberg of what universities could be potentially feeling after the budget for next year was revealed to them. Here are the details.
Recently, it was decided that for the fiscal year 2024, state funding for 26 Georgia universities would be cut an additional $66 million. The overall decrease in enrollment has led to shrinking funds the universities are currently facing. This has been the case since the pandemic hit. The University System of Georgia lost $230 million because of enrollment rates back in 2021. This recent cut in the budget will impact Georgia Southern to the tune of $4 million.
It may not seem like losing $4 million is a lot for a university considering the cost of tuition today, but in reality, a decrease in budget is a loss for everyone. I sat down with Department Chair for Communication Arts, Pam Sears, for more insights on this reality.
Faculty salaries are about 80% of the budget for the university system. So you can imagine that is a major impact. I mean, there's also, intellectual resources and physical resources, but the human resources are the piece that we are going to suffer, it's going to suffer the most.
Reducing state funds starts a domino effect where the inability to hire new staff causes current faculty to stretch themselves thin to cover classes students need to graduate. And that makes students lose the opportunity to take certain electives. And paired with declining enrollment rates, the university will have to find solutions to ease attention on these ongoing issues.
Schools, we go to conferences, we work with the admissions office, we put out electronic marketing. There's various ways, but there's a lot of students that are.
Since the pandemic started, the schools within USG have yet to see their budgets fully returned. Hopefully, in the foreseeable future, the university will see some increase in their enrollment to get back to normalcy. Back to you, Jamari.
Nashville City Council has reinstated Justin Jones, a member of the House who was expelled last week for joining a gun control protest on the chamber floor. Hundreds of Nashville protesters went to the Tennessee Capitol Thursday, pleading with lawmakers for tighter gun laws. This comes following a shooting at a private religious school in Nashville, which left 3 adults and 3 9-year-old children dead in March. 2 of the 3 legislators that stood up and participated in the protest were removed. One that remained, Representative Gloria Johnson, who is a white woman. Protests erupted after expulsion, and the Nashville City Council voted 36-0 to bring him back. Now he says he's not done calling for gun reform in the House.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas is under fire after news came out that he's been accepting luxury vacations from a Republican superdonor for the past 20 years. Private jets, private resorts, yacht cruising. ProPublica reported that Thomas and his wife have taken about a week's vacation each summer. Their island hopping adventure in Indonesia in 2019 reportedly would have cost them $500,000, double his annual salary. Harlan Crow, a billionaire, owner of real estate company in Texas, said he was extending hospitality to his longtime friends. Justice Thomas said they've been friends for over 25 years and that he did not think that he had to report the trips. On his most recent annual disclosure, Thomas indicated that he had no gifts to report. House Senate Judiciary Democrats want a hearing on the court's ethics.
Georgia Southern alumni, staff, and students celebrated the lives of fallen Eagles during the second annual Call Memorial Ceremony Wednesday night. Held at the Williams Center gazebo, this ceremony takes a look back on members of our community who have lost during the last academic year. During the ceremony, SGA cabinet members alongside President Marrero offered their condolences to the family and friends in attendance. Also presented were the names of the loved ones lost as a way to commemorate their memory. Dean of Students Aline Dowell, who coordinated the service, expressed how ceremonies like this give a space for the community.
It gives our community, our Georgia Southern community, a place to gather and celebrate and honor those Eagles that are no longer with us. Those Eagles are part of our community, are still part of our community, and it gives us a place to gather here, either at this bench or at the sculpture under the gazebo, to have a moment to recognize the lives of those that we lost. This is also the bench.
As a part of the memorial, the university created markers on both campuses to honor those lost. Here on Statesboro campus, a sculpture under the Williams Center gazebo has been added along with a plaque bench that reads, "In memory of our fallen Eagles."
Campus Radio is taking applications for next year. They're looking to fill up their schedule as soon as possible with new hosts and shows. Now could be the time for you to have your voice heard. The radio station gives every student 1 hour per week to talk about whatever they want to on the air. A wide range of shows are done this semester, ranging from religion to politics. Not much of a talker? Well, you could just be a DJ. Regardless of your major, the campus radio station is open to all students and faculty that want to do a radio show. The radio station is located in Sanford Hall, room 1025. You can drop by and drop off an application from 10 to 6 Monday through Thursday and from noon to 4 on Friday.
Come in and join us next year. It's a super easy process. You come in, you pick up an application. It'll just tell us a little bit of information about who you are, what kind of show you want, and it'll give us some contact information. Then we'll bring you into our station, get you all trained, and you'll be on your way. WVGS is a great opportunity for students and faculty alike to spread their voices and tell their stories to the Statesboro community.
Students and staff on both campuses got to take a stroll with President Marrero this past week to take part in USG's Wellness Step Challenge. At first, here on campus, the Step Challenge brings members of Georgia Southern together to greet one another, all while walking through campus. Getting those steps in and engaging with participants was President Marrero, who shared messages on how important getting active is.
Our mental health, our physical health is critically important. So take that time, discipline it, make it part of your schedule. I can tell you that's the only way to do it. You know, if you don't make it part of your schedule, it won't happen and it won't be a priority. So.
If you missed out on the scenic walk, don't worry. USG Wellness plans to carry the tradition on in years to come by making the Step Challenge an annual campus event. Coming up after the break is Volunteer Month. We'll show you how our community is getting its hands dirty and helping out.
Plus Pinwheels for Child Abuse Awareness. We'll get you all the facts about it when we get back. Don't go anywhere.